Whoops, right. Need to unmute myself. And oh, caption's still running, but that's alright. It's not going to impact this, I think. Oh, wait, no. I can just save that. There we go. That's turned off. Okay, it's October the 15th. I can't believe it's already halfway through the month. Jeez. When the hell did that happen? October feels like it's been on a relatively fast track, which is kind of annoying, but also kind of not. Today of all days, especially if you are a VTuber fan, you were probably watching, or you should have watched, the debut of V Shoujo's new talent, Matarakan. I believe in Russian actually means mother cockroach, which you know is appropriate given that she is in fact a cockroach and that she is known to be Russian. Without spoiling anything or revealing past lives, if you've heard her debut, you know who Matara previously was. That's a very distinctive voice and a very distinctive way to sign off her streams. Haha, that carried over. Good for her. Good for her. Especially since we are roughly of the same generation, it's always nice to see somebody of that age range still still making an effort to do some creative work in this space. You know, it is pleasing to me to see a peer gain the attention that she has deserved and worked for, even if she did find out the hard way that keeping pace with the younguns can be a bit of a challenge, to say the least. Yeah, it's good that she's back. I enjoyed the debut. Her debut lore stream especially was really funny. It was really tongue-in-cheek, really creative. Whoever wrote that, my hat's off to you. That was really well done and enjoyable. Actually, let me look it up. The information should be available by now, right? Let me find that information. She's still streaming, by the way, if you want to watch the newest VShojo member, who is not new to streaming at all by any means, talk about what she's been up to. Ah, man, none of her information is available yet. Like I can probably, well, she streams, so the VODs will probably be edited later. I cannot speak today. Holy shit, the words are just slurring together. Let me see if there's already VShojo fandom entry. Yes, there is. Okay, so let me see. Is there information about the people that worked on her? Man, there really still isn't. That's actually kind of annoying. That's annoying, actually. She does have a debut song coming up, by the way. Oh, here we are. Design, K-Cross illustration, modeling, Emma A, Iron Vertex. K-Cross? Who did K-Cross do before? Oh, K-Cross did a Monster Girl Encyclopedia. That is in fact the only acceptable choice for making a cockroach VTuber. That is definitely calling upon the expert of that particular field, if you know what I mean. Oh, that's design though. The illustration was actually done by Clue Seller, who, let me see, has also done a whole bunch of Monster Girls. I didn't know this about her previous life, that she was so into Monster Girls. That is definitely a thing. I respect somebody of the culture. It's so nice. It's so nice. I really like the design for the mascot too. Dang, this artist is horny. Yeesh. Nothing wrong with that, obviously. I don't particularly care. But yeah, despite it, we're like 2 weeks into October. There's been a bunch of stuff happening. Everything seems like it's on a fast pace right now. I'm actually really looking forward to November because there are a couple of days off I get that I can just like take it easy, you know? Don't need to worry about stress so much. The industry, as on a general point, tends to wind it down near to the holiday season. Mostly because our work is done and it's now somebody else's work to make all the sales, you know? And of course, December is my month of all months. I don't know if I'm going to be finished with the story writing project by then. I hope I am. I'm going to crack down on it, especially around November. But it'll probably be of the same general quality as my first short story. Unfortunately, I had all these ambitions about like gaining like friends to voice over stuff, to get some like private work done, private art done for it. GG, welcome to the stream. But that didn't pan out because I just didn't have the mental energy or the time to actually commit to actually finishing the revisions on that story over the course of the year. To my eternal frustration, I really wanted to have the time to just like think about that story and write it out properly. But that was not in the cards, and that's fine. You know, you can't really help it if life and a new work environment just happens to keep you too busy. Not that I really want to make excuses. And the whole point of November, especially, is November is National Novel Writing Month, which is that you make no excuses. You just put in the words, and if the words don't happen to be any good or even make sense, don't stress it. Don't worry about it. Pack away for later. The main point is just to put in the habit of putting in the work. Is the main thing between you and getting something published. It's not a lack of skill, it's a lack of practice and commitment, right? Because let's be frank, let's be absolutely frank. To make it onto the shelves of a Barnes & Noble bookstore doesn't require a huge amount of talent. In fact, in some cases, it almost seems like a negative amount of talent. I cannot begin to tell you the number of times I've fallen asleep on the bookstore's couch because I picked up a book that had like some repute to it, right? And I was trying to read through it to try to find like the central charm to the story, and I couldn't, so I fell asleep right there and then in the store, probably to the amusement of anybody walking by. I hate to say it, but it doesn't take talent to be a published author. You just need to have the words down. And then some poor editor out there that's probably going through like a small fortune's worth of caffeine to stay awake to edit and make your stuff presentable. It's out there struggling to make your stuff readable. And sometimes they fail. Sometimes they succeed admirably, taking what would have been like a really rote piece of text and making it into something that can actually make money. And sometimes it doesn't really matter either way, because they were on deadline too. So fundamentally, I just need to not make an excuse and just get this shit done. But it's kind of hard when I'm working full time. It just is. You know? Frustrating. Really frustrating. But that's alright. I have about a month and a half or two to get this together. I can do it because the first story took even less time. And if we are winding down, if I do have those 2 days off for a 4-day weekend in November, I can at least get a text finished and then start doing the voiceovers. And I'll figure out something. I figure something out with the art. I guess I'll just do what I did last time. Art assets, really annoying. But I've done it before. God damn it, I'll do it again. And if it's no good for anybody, that's fine. I just want the portfolio, you know, and get the practice in, you know. That's just fundamentally important to show that I can do it more than once. Outside of that, though, it's been a relatively laid-back October. My current streaming paradigm is relatively easy to stick to, which is good because, again, I'm working full-time. I want to find a time to recharge my creative batteries. But what's there to do about that, right? Until I'm like, I do have the 2 weeks off at the end of the year, way at the end of the year, to do whatever I need to do to pull myself together. I probably will take a streaming break around then, just to be, accepting any potential collabs. I will probably be taking a break at the very end of the year because we all have the holidays. Or maybe 1 or 2 things done. I don't know. It depends on what I'm able to formulate at the time. But I'm not stressing too much. My main goal right now is just to finish off Armored Core, to train myself up, and to put a couple collab plans together. I do have one I'm trying to put together for the end of October. I've gotten only one positive response so far, but I have also only started reaching out to folks yesterday. So it's not as if I've put a whole lot of effort into this yet. And hopefully I will find a couple more. I just need like 2 or 3 people really to make this really pop off. I I do have time off around my birthday, especially around the Game Awards. I will try to stream that again this year. I'm hoping to do a regular thing. If you remember my last couple years worth of content, usually I do have a major event. Usually I do invite Sky to collab with me on those. And I haven't done it all throughout 2003 simply because one, for a lot of these, it would be a conflict of interest with my IRL obligations. And two, I just working too much. Straight up off the top of the bat. But this time around, I'm hoping I can keep TGA as something I can regularly conduct just because it is fun. Sky is a friend that I regret not being able to hang out more over the course of this last year, and hopefully we will have more time later on to do our usual shenanigans. But none of that is confirmed yet. That's simply me stating what my intentions are, especially going into November and December, because we are almost done with October already. And holy shit, it still doesn't feel quite real that the month is almost done, even though my paycheck says otherwise. But yeah, that's mostly my case right now. I'm trying to improve at fighting games again. I'm hoping to hear more about Project L once Worlds is done, but Worlds will not be done for a while. We still have 2 weeks more. We still have 3 more weeks of Worlds to grind through. 4 actually. Shit, because the last day's on isn't League of Legends Worlds ends on November 10th? Let me double check. Legends Worlds 2023. I really hate Fandom Wiki. Holy shit. No, the 19th. We have more than a month. God damn right. Worlds only started last week. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks worth of Worlds content to go through before we potentially learn anything about Project L. That's just me plain old guessing that they will use their own biggest calendar event as a marketing platform for everything else. It makes sense to me. But then again, Riot has done some really, really counterintuitive stuff at times, you know? Some severely counterintuitive stuff at times. And just because I think something will go in a certain way is no guarantee whatsoever of how things will go overall. I cannot believe PSG Talent got knocked out. God damn, Talent got knocked out early this year. Right, they got knocked out by Team BDS, which represents Switzerland. Oh, god damn it, we lost to EU again. We always lose to EU somehow. Man, that makes me sad. But that's alright. We've had our time in the sun. Fact of the matter, I still feel really betrayed by Riot for what happened to the LMS, which used to be considered one of the major regions simply because we had some of the best. We still had consistent ass talent, right? We were able to hang with NA, EU. We were doing better for the Brazilians by far, even though I know for a fact that Riot's long wanted Brazil to be a major region, it's just that it can't actually be supported. Esports talk, you know? Esports talk. I have spent too much of my life in esports. What else? Right. I've been meaning to go to the bookstore again, just like pick up a couple, finish off my collection of Wotakoi, because I don't have all the manga yet, all the volumes yet, just like most of them, and buy like volume 2 for Dungeon Meshi. And I haven't done that this week, because I just didn't feel like going outside. I probably should go outside, touch some grass eventually. After this stream, though, it's not grass touching. It's just exercise. It's just step mania because I finally cleaned off my pad, and now it's actually registering steps correctly again. And it's really nice to know that once you open up the pad, you can kind of can easily see why every 3 steps miss. It isn't because anything stuck between the pads. It's because there's like a thin film of black dust underneath, and you know, metal needs to contact metal, not against dust, before it can register properly. Huh. Cleaning your shit. I've actually cleaned a lot of my room and my desk, so a lot more space is freed up. That's nice. Of course, as soon as I did, I just plopped down giant ass, like a hurricane, an unofficial oral history of Street Fighter 2 by Matt Leon, which is a heavy ass hardcover book that I got like last month, I think. It's very interesting, of course. And yeah, of course, there is also all the dramas in the VTubing community. Some 40-year-old streamer really pissed off people drama-wise by taking a smash and pass and not making it funny, but using it as a platform to diss somebody's design, which is just not a cool thing. Smash and pass is supposed to be funny, you know, it's supposed to be thirst traps as a feature. And if you happen to not be thirsty over somebody, you can at least be polite about it. Don't be an asshole. Why are so many? Well, no. It's worthless to ask why are some people assholes as soon as they put on an avatar. It's because they put on an avatar they feel free to do so. But as soon as you try to make it like a media thing, your personality and your like career is like, or at least your like media hobby is tied to it, you still have to like, you still have to pay attention to your goddamn social cues and obligations. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. But the real drama though, that's just like some popcorn to feast upon, right? Some people being silly on the internet and being rude to each other, and I don't care about that. What I care about is that YouTube is actually planning to do some shady ass shit with their advertising. It's so fucking annoying. As soon as they get a new CEO, you think Susan was bad, the guy replacing Susan is even worse. He's nothing more than like a standard like venture capitalist bro. And they have no idea how to do like non-exorbitant, not extractive money making. Fucking parasites. I have no shame about calling them parasites. Anyhow, this is not too long a string simply because I don't have a lot to say about this. I think the main thing just to pay attention is that I am trying to get a collab plan for the end of the month. I don't actually have it ready yet. I do not have it ready yet. But it is my intention to get some people together for an end of the month Halloween thing, right? And I have one person, who, a freaking collaborator, Orihime has interested. But unless I can get a couple of people, I don't feel like wasting her time. Just the two of us, right? Not that she would call it a waste of time because she's too nice. But I don't want to make it like a small duo affair, right? I do want to grab at least 4 people just to wander around. Go through the thing I'm thinking about doing. Collabs have been a little light recently though, simply because I haven't really had the time, and some of my regular collab partners like Inferno Chip, for instance, have been having some huge internet issues but he will be back soon. He's finally got it fixed. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. Looking forward to talking to him again as soon as his internet is stable. As for my own end, I do have some long-term future plans. I mentioned a couple times before, I do have a 2.0 that I am working with my artist to formulate. I've handed her my notes. She will be working on it. That reminds me, actually, I got a virtual sister. That was kind of cool. Nagi has actually posted about her previously, but Nagi was called upon to do the re-debut model, the new re-debut model for let me see who she was a recent follow. Let me go to my profile. There we go. She was called upon to do the re-debut model for Namala Numeria from Indonesia. And Numeria has been at this for a while. She started in 2020, actually. In fact, she started just a little bit before just a little bit after I did. But her new model is made by Unagidon. She's really cute. She doesn't do a whole bunch of English, unfortunately. But she has been a career streamer. She's been doing quite well for herself. Let me see. She is did pretty decent for Southeast Asian streamer. Glad to see it. So yeah, I officially have appear in the VTuber space that I really can't communicate with because of the time zones. But I'm glad to see that she's been thriving, and I'm glad to have. I'm glad that my artist has branched outward and have also picked up some corporate contracts. You know, that's always nice to see. We love a thriving community. Yeah, this was actually announced back. The new model was announced. The re-debut was announced in September, but she launched in August, so it wasn't too long ago. But it's nice to know that's why Nagi's been busy. Eventually, though, I will have more news about my 2.0 and its overall design and some of the mood board I put together for its development. And we can talk about more once that time comes around. But for now, it's still very much in the preliminary stages. I'm not even sure if it will be done in time for my 30-year anniversary. I'll be frank, it's very, very preliminary right now because everybody's been so busy, and because, well, frankly, my notes are a bit of a mess. But we will hopefully have more news about that when the time comes. I have put so much of my savings into its development, and there's so much more to do. There's so much more to do before it's ready. But as soon as it is, I hope that it will come as basically a bundle of other announcements of stuff that I've been working on in the background for a long, long time indeed. I've been a busy beaver, even if it sometimes doesn't. Even if it sometimes looks like as if I'm just doing like hour-long streams on Twitch to play a little bit of fighting games and ramble on about nonsense. No, unfortunately, that is what it is most of the time. I will not lie. That is what it is most of the time, because I am otherwise trying to power through exhaustion at the end of a long work day. But even through work, my reason for living is to do creative shit. So I will continue to find the small margins and niches and opportunities in the background to hopefully find opportunity to do more. And yeah. If you ever find graduation announcement for me or retirement message for me, it's simply that I have found a new avenue to do so, or shit in IRL has gone to a point where I have to focus as much effort as possible into it, even at the cost of my personal projects. But it's my hope that the only reason I ever step away from this is simply because there is an opportunity in front of me that I cannot back away from, or else lose any sense of self. And that's fine. Other than that, though, this will be a relatively short stream this week because, again, I don't have much to report on. Like 30 minutes. It's a roughly good amount of time to go through all this. Hopefully by next week I'll be able to announce what the end of the month collab will be like and all the details to their end. But I make no promises in that regard because I really do need to find more people. If I can't find more people, then so be it. You know? But we're still having fun. We're still playing through Armored Core. I really like that game. That's a cool ass game. Just sick as hell. I think I may even just play more From Software titles afterwards, you know? Because even if I don't get an audience, it's at least the sort of game that's inherently rewarding. Because as soon as you beat a boss, not even in the game, but as soon as you beat a boss, you figure out, yeah, I put in the effort, I got rewarded for it. Fuck yeah, that's cool as shit. And I'll do more. I'll keep on doing more. And I'll keep on doing more. Expect me to post a schedule on the community tab. But do follow me on Twitter, on Blue Sky, on Threads, on Twitch. All under the name Lucian Zenner. And I'll see you around. As always, my friends, eat well.